Hey Tube Shinobi here with a review of the Power Rangers Samurai Retrofire Samurai Megazord. So this is part of a two-part wave, as all of them are now. The Samurai Megazord comes packed with the RPM High Octane Megazord. For those of you that have been keeping up with the Retrofire line since it came out during RPM, you'll know that the High Octane Megazord actually came out in the first wave of these toys, so that's a repackage, so it's not in this review. If you want to check out the High Octane Megazord, go check out my Wave 1 Retrofire review. I'll link to it in the description. So, this is a new style of packaging for the Retrofires. When they reintroduced when Samurai started, they were in a fully cylindrical package similar to this. However, the circle went all the way around. As you can see now, they have very collector-friendly packaging with the these little flaps here that let you basically take out the entire toy while being able to put it back in the package with very, very minimal effort. So, for collectors, those are really nice since this is a collector's edition. Even though these are still meant for kids. But anyway, we have the Power Rangers Samurai logo down here and up there. The High Octane Megazord actually has the RPM logo right here, but it still has the Samurai logo up there. Power Rangers, and then on the back we have all the information also available. High Octane Megazord, and the story of Samurai that we all know by now. Unfortunately, makes no mention of Antonio whatsoever, but that's to be expected. So yeah, I like this packaging. I don't really mind it. I kind of dig the cylindrical tubes a little bit more than this half version. But this is a lot easier to open up, I will say that. So here is the Samurai Megazord in its all Retrofire glory. And it reminds me a lot of the Dino Megazord, as they called it in the Retrofire line, the original MMPR Megazord. In terms of articulation, you've got no hinge. You got a swivel hinge right here, and then a swivel right there, but a joint right here. And the shield pegs right into this hole in the Ape Zord right there. So that just pegs in right in there. It doesn't really go anywhere else. That's the only place it can go. It can hold it, sort of. It just doesn't work that well. This hand is all sorts of jacked up. Like, it's curved to hold something, but then it's pointing to, and it's shaped kind of weird, but yeah. Anyway, on the turtle side of things, we have a swivel right here, a back and forth swivel right there, and then a swivel here, and a swivel at the hand. It has that pointed down hand to hold the sword, and I really don't like that at all, but it looks alright as far as end product is concerned. I really like the head sculpt. It's very magnificent, so to speak. The head crest is huge. It looks very stylized, but it does look pretty neat. And, I mean, just overall, from the upper area here, I do like the way that the shoulder pads are stylized as well. They share a vague shape to the actual, like, Ape Zord and stuff. But, the way it just looks pretty neat, I think. The sword can pop out and be sheathed right into this hole right here. These are very, very maneuverable hip pads. Can go on either side, even though this one's accurate. So that's pretty neat, that you can sheath the sword as well. So let's just put it back in his hand. Leg articulation, you have all sorts. It's on this cool little ball joint with a metal pin. So you have full range of motion there. There's a swivel right there as well. There's articulation right there. It's just stuck. Single joint right there at the knee. And then you have a joint right here where the Dragon Zord's head is. That swivels as well. And then same over here for the Bear Zord, except as you can see the joints are kind of stuck. I haven't really posed them like that, so I never used those joints. And then down here, there is no side-to-side movement, but there is back-and-forth movement at least. So that is all for the articulation for this thing, and that's really all for this thing in general. The back isn't painted at all, not even the red here. It's just all black and weird. For people that want a comparison, here is the Super Robot Chogokin Shinkeno, which I'm surprised Bluefin hasn't made an effort to bring over here. It wouldn't be that hard. They brought over Shinken Red and Shinken Gold figure arts. I guess because they don't want to compete with this line, I suppose. But this figure is just absolutely gorgeous. I'll link to the description in the description to this review as well. This is the definitive 5-inch figure. If you have the money, this will probably cost about $30 to $40 range. Just kind of like the figure arts retail for $35. He would retail for probably about 40-ish, I would guesstimate. But with that in mind, there's some dust here. He is really the definitive version. I mean, just compare the two. I do like the stylized everything on here. I do think it looks cool. But just this line fails with the articulation thing going on. I don't know why they just can't give all of the figures just a very basic joint layout. And that's my biggest gripe with the Retrofires. But really cool. If you can get your hands on this one and can afford it, I do recommend this one. But if you are on a budget, the Retrofire Samurai Megazord is actually a pretty nice toy. It's got most of the joints that it needs. It's really just a joint here and a joint here away from being a pretty solid figure. And I do enjoy the way it looks in general. I think they did a pretty nice job with the stylizing aspects. So, as he spins around, I will say my piece. If you're a fan of Samurai and a fan of the Samurai Megazord, then by all means pick this up. It's $15, which isn't that bad. But considering for $20 what you get with the the DC Universe line and stuff, those are a lot better figures for your price. I think $14.99 for these is really, really kind of too much. But all in all, it's still not too bad of a figure. So I mildly recommend it. If you've been collecting the Retrofires up to this point, you might as well just keep going. But probably one of my favorite Retrofires just because I dig the stylized aspects. Anyway, you can pick these up at Toys R Us for $14.99, and of course you can check out shukunshinobi.com for the latest updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course you can check out RidersRangersandRebels.com, bringing you the latest Toku news in the craziest way possible. So take care and have a great one. Bye.